Good day everyone, welcome to YSN training program. This is stage 1 level 1, and in stage 1 we are going to be talking about coordinate based plotting, which is the foundation. And in this level 1, we are going to be plotting with coordinates manually. First we are going to understand easterns and northerns, then we are going to plot points using absolute coordinates. Then we're going to join those points to form survey boundaries, and then we're going to identify common plotting mistakes and corrections. Let's get into it. So I have my AutoCAD already launched. This is AutoCAD 2021. For us to start our drawing, we're going to do the most basic thing of ensuring that our AutoCAD is calibrated. For us to do that, we're going to type units. This is a shortcut. Better still, let me just come here to the AutoCAD icon and you go to drawing utilities, and then you go to units. The same thing, typing units is just a shortcut. Then you make sure that you calibrate to degree, minute, second in the right precision, right order that suits your data. For me it is 0 degrees, 00 minutes and 00 seconds. Then make sure that it's clockwise, and then the insertion scale to be meters and direction to be north. Okay, so we are going to be plotting, we are going to be drawing. These are the drawing tools in AutoCAD. You can draw line, you can draw a polyline, you can draw circles, you can draw arcs, you can draw all of that, but we are drawing points. We are plotting points rather. For us to do that, let us take a look at our data. So our data was downloaded in northerns and easterns. But when you want to go to the AutoCAD environment, you must always plot with easterns, northerns. For us to get this, we need to make sure that we have our data in the correct order, which is east, and north. Just make sure that you copy both data correctly, and then you can use your notepad, you can use your sticky notes, whichever works better for you. Then I paste. For me to achieve northerns, easterns, I highlight the space in between my data, edit, replace space with comma, and I replace all. Please, if you look at the data, you will notice that CP1 is repeated twice, so we are going to remove the last data because it's repeated. Then we have this, and we're going to go straight to AutoCAD. Try to minimize so that you can have your data right beside you. Now let us plot. You go to draw and you go to points. Now AutoCAD will tell you to specify a point. You can also specify your points here, or you specify your points here. Let us do it manually. So we type the coordinates east 572.620.096, 710.253.858 spacebar. While we're doing this, I would like to explain that the importance of northerns and easterns, understanding them. So on Earth, in surveying, there are no two points that have the same northerns and easterns. So northerns and easterns are identifiers. They identify uniquely a point on the surface of the Earth. So the northerns tells us how far away a point is from the North Pole, and then the easterns tell us how far the point is from the East Pole. So we've plotted this first data. You can plot the second data on the command window or on the drawing window. What we're doing on drawing window is 572 rather. I like to call out my coordinates to make sure I'm typing the correct thing. 572.629.79, comma 710 253.765 spacebar. Now you can also copy this. Since you have put it in the right order, you can copy it. Ctrl C, and then paste it here and spacebar. For the last data, I'm going to copy it also, then paste, and then spacebar. Now we have plotted all 4 points. Now we want to see them. Escape and Z, enter to zoom, E, enter to the extent. So these are our 4 points. Okay, you can see that the points are 1, 2, 3, 4, but they are quite small. So this is what could have been done earlier. I could go to my point style and increase the point, or change the way the points, where I want them to look, because right now they look like points. I could decide that I want them to look like this. Set size to absolute unit, okay, and then it changes. Now we want to join these points to form the survey boundaries. For us to join the points, we are going to use polyline. Now you can use line, but the difference between the line and the polyline is this: the line is going to break at every point, but the polyline is going to give you a complete square. This is it in demonstration. You click on line, and then you make sure that your O snap is on. O snap is to make sure that you are actually clicking on the center of the point. It's on, so we make sure that you click line again to double sure. Then you have the center. You have each center. Without zooming in, O snap will make sure that you have the center, and then you close it. Then escape. So this is joining it using line. Then you can see from this that you have all the lines separated, or we can do this using polyline. Okay, let us just click on this, and you notice my point style is too big, so you can reduce the size over. Okay, then I would like to change. I always like to use points. It's easier for me to use points. Okay. Then now let's draw with polyline. The difference is always that polyline will give you a complete square, no breaks. Let's click, and click and escape. So this is the survey boundary. Now we have understood easterns and northerns. We have also plotted the points using the absolute coordinates. Please always ensure to put easterns before northerns. And then we have joined the points to form survey boundaries using the polyline. And then now let us talk about common plotting mistakes and correction. When plotting on AutoCAD, like I emphasize here, make sure that you plot with easterns, northerns, because if you plot on northerns, easterns, it's going to take you somewhere far away from Nigeria, and you are going to have error in your drawing. And you want to also make sure that when you are manually inputting your coordinates, you make sure that you type the correct coordinates, because 096 is different from 960. It's going to take you away from the point where you measured. So please make sure that you are typing the right coordinates, make sure that you are copying and pasting the right thing, and then make sure that your units, you have calibrated your AutoCAD properly and you have the correct units. So with this, I'm going to see you at level 2. Thank you very much for your time.